This is a very nervous me, surrounded by hundreds of other dirt bikes, all revving their engines as we line up for the start of a 100-mile race in the desert. The thing is, until 2 months before this point, I had never rode a motorcycle before in my life. How on earth did I end up here? And what did I just get myself into? Well, I was about to find out. To understand how we got here, we have to rewind to last year, when the owner of the local coffee shop that I go to asked if I would be interested in filming a documentary with him and some guys who were planning a motorcycle trip where they would be participating in a race called the Bitwell 100. Long story short, I said, sure, why not? And we had an absolute blast. And we made a film that currently has over 250,000 views on YouTube. Now, this whole experience was my very first introduction to the world of motorcycles. And I came away from the project feeling like motorcycles are pretty cool. But the biggest part for me was the people that I met and the friendships I made. I could immediately tell that there was something special that bonded this community together. Something that only people who had experienced life on two wheels understood. I, myself, had never experienced this before, but in the months following this project, I couldn't get it off my mind. I started watching motorcycle content on YouTube and browsing Facebook Marketplace for used bikes, not with any real intention to buy one, but just for the fun of it. Now, at some point, some of the guys in the group had floated the idea of doing the race again next year, and they told me, Simon, you should do the race. And I thought, there's no way, you're crazy. I don't even know how to ride. But then, one day, before I even realized what I was doing, I bought a motorcycle.
Slowly. You gotta give him more gas than that.
And 1 week later, I registered for the race. There I was, with a motorcycle that I didn't even know how to ride, with about 2 months to go before the race that I had signed up for was scheduled to take place.
I'm nervous. Less than 2 months in from, I'm gonna go from not riding ever to doing a race. It's less than 2 months from now.
Wow.
All right, clutch in, first gear, clutch out. Okay. Okay.
So there you have it, my very first time riding a motorcycle. Immediately, I could tell I had a lot to learn. I putted around the parking lot for a little while, just learning the clutch and shifting up and down first, second, and third gear. But obviously the mechanics of a motorcycle were completely brand new to me, and I was just on paved ground with no pressure and no obstacles, no loose sand, no other motorcyclists passing me and driving next to me. I have to say, after this first ride, I was a bit nervous.
I'm doing it. I just don't feel comfortable yet. And I have less than 2 months until I'm racing.
I had a lot of ground to cover in the next 2 months if this wasn't going to be an utter disaster. Now, before I go any further, I need to introduce another protagonist in this story. This is my friend Ava, who helped me film the documentary last year. Ava also has very little experience riding motorcycles. Once she found out that I had bought a motorcycle and was planning to do the race, she tracked one down on Facebook Marketplace and bought one herself, and we were planning to do the race together. I could not be more excited to have Ava alongside me as we embarked on this crazy adventure. Okay, Ava, how are we feeling?
Feeling good, feeling excited. We just locked ourselves out of my room there for a second.
Everything was going so well.
Everything was going so well.
It's not really very relevant. It's not relevant.
It's not relevant, but it definitely made an impact.
But we got oil changed.
Oil's changed. Look at this. It's so beautiful. I should put the sticker on it. Wait, I'm gonna go get the sticker.
Okay, she's got a sticker. We are less than 3.5 weeks out. We're going to the desert on Saturday to ride in the dirt for our very first time ever. So I must say anxiety levels pretty high, but you just gotta do it, you know? You just gotta do it. Once you're out there doing it, the anxiety will go away. All right, we're putting the kettle sticker on
We're
it.
putting the kettle sticker.
That'll fix everything.
Why does it make something like this? Alright.
It's personalized. So here we were, 3 weeks out from the race, strapping up the bikes for the very first time, headed out for a day in the desert, with the hopes of getting as much riding experience as we could.
Loading up the bikes for the first time. Pretty nerve-wracking. It's taking way longer than I thought it was going to.
Now don't forget, at this point I had rode my bike a couple times around my neighborhood, but Ava, on the other hand, had not had a chance to ride her bike at all.
I don't know, I feel kind of sick. I've been feeling I'm so nervous. Because I still haven't rode my bike yet.
So even though we were both pretty nervous, we were banking on learning a lot today. So we geared up, fired up the bikes, and with our friend Jovino as our fearless guide, we headed out into the desert for our very first time.
Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Hey, this is Ava's first time. This is nice. It's so much more slippery than on the asphalt. Dang, this is so cool.
Now, what happens next was extremely frustrating. Everything was going great. We had just started out on our ride. We were only a couple minutes in when I pulled over to check on my mic. And that's when we started to have issues. Ava pulled up alongside me and her bike died. She tried starting it back up again, but it wouldn't start. Despite all our best efforts, we could not get it to start back up. It seemed like the battery was dead, but there potentially could be other issues as well. We tried everything we could. Jovino and I even tried pushing it down a hill to get it started, but nothing. It wouldn't go, and so we had no other choice but to load it back up in the truck.
This is the most sad sight ever. Bike is in truck because bike did not run anymore. We drove all of like 3/4 of a mile. Ah!
Sad.
What are we gonna do?
Sad.
This was supposed to be our training day. Okay, I thought, as soon as I get in the dirt, my nerves are gonna go down. No, my nerves went up. My nerves for the race. As soon as I got in the dirt, I was like, this is really wobbly.
It's quite sobering.
What have we done? What did we get ourselves into? You know, it just looks so easy.
It looks so easy.
It looks so easy. Okay. I feel more anxious about the race than I did 2 hours ago.
This is a very sobering experience. That's the only way I can describe it.
With the setback of Ava's bike not working, we still wanted to make the best of our time in the desert. So we each took a turn riding around with my bike.
I'm feeling a little more comfortable in the sand now. I don't know how to turn. I just don't know how to turn. I think I have to lean more. I think we can do it. I think I can do it. Feeling better, you know? I feel more grounded, steady. Maybe I can do it. Maybe I can finish it.
After a good bit of riding in the desert, I was starting to feel more confident in my abilities. I still didn't really know how to turn very well, but I could get up to speed, I could go pretty fast, and I felt as long as I just kept up a good pace and was really focused, I should, in theory, be able to finish the race. But before that was going to happen, we only had the next couple weeks to see about getting Ava's bike back in running order. A huge shout out to our friend Jovina, who was there the whole way, supporting us and helping us as we delved into the whole world of owning a motorcycle. He did his best to help us diagnose problems, and he even cleaned Ava's carburetor for her. So I'm documenting for the film. Everything was going so well for the past couple weeks. I've been driving around town, getting comfortable on the bike. And then today, 2 days before we go to the desert for the race, just took a little stop at church, came out, gas was dripping out of the motorcycle, and it will not start. Apparently I have potentially a stuck float on my carburetor, so that's wonderful. So here was the situation. We were heading into the weekend of the race. We had gotten Ava's bike to start running again. It wasn't running very well, but it was running. And then my bike started leaking gas and was having a hard time starting. So eventually I got it running again, but that was still a minor issue that I didn't know if was going to be a problem or not. But we really had no other choice because the race was about to take place. So we took our mostly somewhat working bikes, loaded them up, and headed out for the big weekend. All right, we just checked in. We got our number. I'm 180, 181. Exciting, we just checked in for our first motorcycle race ever. So now we're gonna go see if our bikes run. Woohoo! They've got their official numbers on them. Look at the stickers. We met two guys, Nate and Sam, who were camping next to us, and they had actually seen the documentary that we made last year. But they came over, they were super helpful, and they helped us diagnose some stuff on Ava's bike to try to get it running better. And so, just like that, race day was upon us. Both Ava and I definitely wished that we would have had some more time to ride, but that was the nature of this adventure, diving headlong into this without really being very experienced. We would just have to see how it would all go down. All right. Gas in, here we go. Pulling up to the start line was crazy. There were so many bikes, and it was so loud. I am nervous. Okay, the adrenaline is pumping. All right, so strategy going in. We're just gonna take it slow and steady, all right? The beginning is probably going to be the most overwhelming part because it's going to be crowded, there's going to be a lot of people, but I'm just going to focus in on my own little world, my own little race, and I'm just going to go my own speed. We should be good. Alright, I'm just going to go behind these guys because I'm not trying to get any speed. Okay. Dusty. Very dusty. Holy cow. It's so dusty. The race actually started off pretty well. As I went on though, it surprised me how quickly I got tired. Oh, I almost hit that guy. Holy cow.
You know, all the stay back and if there's a bush, don't hit a bush.
How did I recover from that?
The thing is, the more tired I got, the more my lack of skill began to reveal itself.
Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I did not anticipate that.
I'm a firm believer every once in a while you just have to kick yourself in the balls. It just makes everything that much better. I agree.
To me, nothing could be more impressive than Ava. She pulled up to the start line with pretty much no experience at all. Because of her bike issues, she really hadn't had a chance to ride or to learn, which is totally insane. I can't imagine how intense and nervous this must have felt. Right away though, things were starting to not look so good. Her bike did not want to stay alive, it kept dying on her, and really didn't sound too great when it was running. But Ava did her best to keep it going, and she was covering some distance until...
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm sorry.
Here, hold the flag. I'll push your bike.
Thank you.
Just make sure I don't get hit.
Okay,
I got it. You're good.
thank you. Thank you so much.
You hurt? You're good?
I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
You need help or you're okay?
I think I'm okay. I'm
Okay.
so new to this. So,
You're okay?
thank you.
Yeah. You should be good to go. If you want to kick it and start it and make sure.
Okay.
Here.
How you doing? Oh, made good time, man.
Well, I successfully made it around my first lap. I was extremely tired. I had no idea how I was going to do that 2 more times, but I knew I couldn't quit now, so I got back on my bike and kept going. Now, there was a strange pattern that I kept noticing as I continued on my second lap. I noticed that I kept passing this girl in a brown helmet. And what happened was I would pass her, and then I was trying to push my pace a little bit and go somewhat fast. I would get ahead of myself and I would crash and I'd wreck and I'd fall on the ground and I'd be sitting there, and just the time that it would take to get back up, she would pass me again. So then I would get behind her, and then a little later on, I would pass her again. And this kept happening over and over again. And in the back of my mind, I was starting to think to myself, I can't let this girl beat me. I'm going faster than she is. I just keep making mistakes and wiping out. So that was something in the back of my mind as the race went on. Eventually, this race support staff member was able to help Ava get her bike started again.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Have fun.
Okay.
However, it didn't last for long. Soon, Ava's bike died again. Ava refused to give up. She kept getting it started again, but eventually it became clear that she was not going to be able to keep going. So Alex and Javino came to the rescue.
Send us your pin and we'll figure out where you are and figure out a way to get you help. All right.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. This is what the day's about. Okay. Get some content. Saving Ava. Off to help.
I don't know what's in here.
Yeah, what are you bringing, Javino? You got mirrors? Thank God, dude. The mirrors were so helpful last time. What's going on?
That'll work. I don't know what's in here.
What? We got mirrors? We're saved!
I saw the Jeep go by and it was Riley's Jeep and I called him. He's a mechanical engineer. He's smart as shit, like he's probably resourceful. He's smart as shit, like he's probably resourceful.
Not a bad idea unless you need your electrical tape for something else.
It might rev a little high, but it's better than stalling. Yeah. Got this. Dude, hell yeah.
This is badass! Yes!
Thanks to Jovino and Alex, it looked at first like Ava was going to be able to keep going. Once again, though, the bike died at some point, and then the Bitwell crew came through and took Ava's bike off the course.
Yes, sir!
I came through the pit a second time. I was completely exhausted. I did not want to get out there and do another lap, but I knew none of the guys would even hear it if I said I wasn't going to go out again.
Okay, here we go, lap 3. Slow and steady. Finishes the race. Haha.
I was so tired at this point, my body was completely shot. But somehow I was able to find a way to focus and just keep going. Remember the girl in the brown helmet that I mentioned before? Well, I passed her at some point in my third lap. And in my mind, all I was thinking was, I just can't crash and let her pass me again. Until I came around a corner and dumped the bike, and then, a few minutes later, she passed me. I was so fatigued that even once I got the bike up, I ended up crashing it 2 more times right after that. So she had the chance to get way out in front of me. So in a way that the brain can only do when you're this tired, I focused in on one single thing, and that was to pass this girl again and to not let her beat me. I locked in and was really starting to hit my stride when at the bottom of the canyon section of the course, there was a steep, sandy hill. And as I was approaching the hill, none other than the girl in the brown helmet had her bike stuck halfway up the hill in deep, deep sand. Immediately in my mind, my first thought was, yes, this is my chance, I can pass her. But then, as soon as I passed her, I thought to myself, Simon, what are you doing? That is not what this is about at all. So I jumped off my bike and I went back to go help her get her bike unstuck. After that, I let her get ahead of me, and I could not have cared if she was going to beat me or not. I had realized that that is not at all what this race was about.
That's what this is all about. Helping out your friends.
This race was about the community, it was about finishing together, and it was about challenging ourselves and helping each other to successfully overcome that challenge. So after a moment of reflection, I got back on the course to finish out this race. And I will note, I did end up passing her in the end, so for what that's worth. But again, that's not what it's about.